Okay, guys. So basically, I had a few requests on my YouTube. I've had a few requests in the Open Combus Discord server as well to yeah, show you some of my guys' builds. I've also had some requests about regarding strategy, but to be honest, I'm sort of taking that more as a and I don't want to be condescending, but more of a how do you approach playing the game uh, kind of style of video. So what I'm gonna start off doing here, and this is going to be the first of a few different build videos in particular. I'm just going to run through. Well, this one in particular, I'm going to start off with this Snipe Nade, which is my preferred one to run. I'm not sure if I'll do any of the strategy stuff just yet. It is semi on my radar, but it's not something I've had real time to sit down and think about just yet, as in how I'm going to approach that. But by all means, let's dive into the build videos. So yeah, this is the free Snipe free Nade that more often than not I run in a lot of the videos I post. It's pretty accurate if used right. It's got the free grenade, so you've got that deterrence, and it's also running the Stewart cockpit, and it's got a relatively flat profile, so it's easy to duck behind hills with. But yeah, so what I'll do first, I'll show you a trial sortie of how it fires, and then I'll get into showing you the how to actually build it as well. So if you're relatively new to the game, you might not understand the concept of shot dragging, but basically all you're doing, you're just dragging your left-right stick down that way, right? So you see how I'm going diagonal? Basically, when you pull the trigger, you want to do that. Otherwise, what you'll see with the shots is there's a bit of spread there, right? I mean, two of them go together, one of them's a little bit far off. But what you'll see on the second shot when I do shot dragging is they all go pretty close together. So it does make a difference. So let me go back to the garage for you. Because there's no, by the way, there's no point in me showing you the grenade grouping because you're going to be using that at close range. So it's not particularly important. Here we go. So first, as with most of the builds I run, you're going to be running RJ Naka legs. Then if we go to the spacer, you'll want the SP ISBA. You want to place it directly on the legs, and automatically it puts it in the position you want it. Next, you'll want the G cell car generator. Make sure it is not the Rafsakyle one, like this one. And this is personal preference. I know some of the guys in the server have been talking about this, but personal preference is the durability on that. The drop-off is not worth it. So if you look there, you've got 2,406. On the proper one, you've got 4,020. Plus the KE and CE defense values are better. Yeah, you lose a little bit on energy input and you lose a little bit of weight, but honestly, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference anyway. So you want to put the generator on the spacer, rotate it once. So I'll show you again. So there, press X to rotate, and then place it. Cockpit, like I said before, you want the Stewart, so you'll put that there. Make sure it's on the joint that's furthest forward on the cockpit, otherwise it won't fit. And then these are the chips that I tend to use on most of my builds. So for your aim stability, I tend to drop this down to 1 to the IFNAN. Then mobility, I throw up to the Newman, because you want that maneuverability. And then I'll drop the stability boost down to the Falafa. And then that's good. And then as for weapons, best sniper cannons, generally speaking, are the SC200s. There are a few builds that use like the 100s. I know Smite has used the Epes in the past, and Sabres are pretty strong as well, although limited ammo. But for this, we're using SC200s. So, oh, sorry, that's force of habit. So, hold on, I'll go back and do that again for you. So you just place it straight onto the spacer like so. No need to rotate or anything. Some people argue that if you put it upside down, the firing's better. Personally, I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference. So do whatever you feel more comfortable with. Yeah, and then you want to turn the second one in like that. And oh, by the way, as well, I didn't mention this, but always use the most expensive CE rounds, because otherwise, if you're using KE, the drop off is going to be horrific. So you're not going to be able to do damage at proper range, and then there's no point using a worse CE sniper cannon ammo type anyway. So then we come to the grenades. So I always put one on the rear like so, right? You can't rotate it anywhere else, so it's just going to go as standard. Always 12 rounds. And then I tend to put one there and then angle it in. This isn't an exact science, by the way. You can place these however you like. It doesn't make much of a difference. So this is probably slightly different to the one I showed you at the start, but I don't think it makes much of a difference. But I like to have the one grenade here because it protects the sniper cannons from the side, and then similar on that side, and then one on the side of the cockpit as well, so that you got a bit of protection there as well. So that's the sniper build. But for weapon settings, as always, you go outside to in. So the furthest sniper cannon out, then the middle one, then that one. And then grenades, I tend to use the furthest back one first because it has a longer period to travel, and I like to have all my grenades land at the same time. Again, doesn't make a huge amount of difference with the grouping, so don't worry about that. And then on your your third weapon setting, you'll have the middle one, just in case your camera gets blown out there. Then into that one, and yeah, you'll do the same practice here for your grenades, but honestly, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. And there you go. That's that.